All right, so we're gonna attach the sleeve at the machine. So we've already pinned the circumference of the armhole. We've already evenly distributed the ease in the cap here. So you always want to start sewing where your inseam and your side seam meet, because we don't wanna see your back tack. So it's easier to hide it in there. So make sure you start with a back tack. That's way too small. And we're going to have to keep rotating this sleeve. And remove your pins as you get to them. You can sew from the inside or the outside. Because this fabric is very rigid, it's very thick, we can get away with sewing from the inside. You don't have to see the, oh, this is the easing. Okay, I lied. Sew with your ease up. That way you have more control with how it's being distributed in your cap. And if you're very slow, you can sew over the pins, just be careful. I said slow and then I went fast. So now we're getting to all of this ease here. And I'm gonna use, do I have like a scissor here? I'm gonna use the scissor to help me kind of keep these from becoming puckers. So I wanna make sure I feed them into the machine as flat as possible. Not the most fun part. And then as we come back to our starting point, just make sure both your seam allowance from your side seam and your inseam of sleeve are pointing toward the back of your garment. So towards the two notches that represent back. And when we get to our starting point, just do some back tacking. Leave yourself a little tail at the machine. And then once we remove all of these, we can see from the right side that hopefully we don't have any puckering. And there you have it. So not perfect, but pretty damn decent. And that's your sleeve set into your armhole. And my lovely student's gonna fix any puckering and set in his opposite sleeve. But you can see yours pretty smooth. I feel like with this little guy, we could probably press that out, maybe. It's wishful thinking. But maybe in here you wanna fix. But not the end of the world. And that's setting in your sleeve.